All right. Welcome back. Today we'll be starting Liurnia of the Lakes. Not a whole lot. Unfortunately, I haven't given much thought to what we'll actually be doing in Liurnia of the Lakes, but we'll figure it out. There's lots of good stuff right at the entrance, so we'll hit one of them. Here's Bach. Hopefully you remember Bach. We saved him after he tried to sneak into a cave he'd been banished from to get a reward, and we gave him his mom's tailoring tools.
Good to see you, Master. Do you remember me? Bok, the demi-human. You helped me before and retrieved my sewing needle. Please, Master, allow me to serve you as your seamster. I can't make nothing from scratch, but I'm happy to make adjustments to your garments. Master, I was wondering, do you ever make adjustments to your garb yourself? I would, well, rather you let me do the job when possible, please. I don't ask anything in return, you know, and, well, I am your personal seamster after all. Oh, going so soon? Please do be safe on your journeys.
Hello? Is someone there? My name is Hyetta, and I'm journeying in search of the distant light. If I might be so bold as to ask, would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your possession to me? My eyesight has been weak since birth, you see. I can't tell which way I'm supposed to go next, but when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel a distant light in the back of my eyes. It will lead me to my true duty as a finger maiden.
Okay, now something the eagle-eyed might have noticed is that is exactly the same character model as Irina, who was murdered in the Castle Morn quest.
Hello? Would you donate him on a pill?
It's never quite explained how she's able to be revived like that. But she's not the only one we ever see who gets revived, even though it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. This is the most relatable character in the entire game.
You're tarnished, aren't you? Then perhaps you could spare some runes. Believe it or not, I studied glintstone sorceries at the Academy of Rea Lucaria. For a small donation, I'd be happy to share my knowledge. Well, bless you, bless you. You're a true saint. My name is Thops. Presuming you're interested, I can teach you sorceries, as promised. Only none of them are particularly great. Apologies, friend. I'm afraid my meager sorceries are no match for your generosity. Oh, right. I can tell you what I know about this place. That should help a bit. You've seen that structure to the north, towering over the water. That's the Academy of Rea Lucaria, where we study glintstone sorceries. Only its doors have been closed for quite some time.
Okay, we're having technical difficulties
After
here.
they declared they wouldn't interfere with the shattering,
Shoot.
and so I'm stuck here. A fledgling sorcerer with little chance of acquiring a key. When they cast the seals, I'd just popped out. And now I'm uprooted from my place of learning.
Okay, so I think we had major technical difficulties for that. So let me try to summarize. When the Shattering War began, the Academy of Raya Lucaria closed their doors and sealed themselves within the Academy, refusing to take part completely. This dude had left for, like, I guess to go down to the store or whatever, I don't know. There is no store, but, just popped out for a minute. And when he got back, the gates had been sealed, and he couldn't get back inside. I love this man. If I were in the Lands Between, I would be this guy.
Why not find yourself a glintstone key? Without one, you can't pass through the academy, and you'll never reach the Erdtree capital. And if you find an extra glintstone key, perhaps, once you've tied up all your loose ends, and I can be very patient, would you consider donating it to me? I know it. I'm a bluntstone. Nary a hint of talent for sorcery. But still, my place is at the academy.
Okay, so we have the Starlight spell that I'm not going to learn because I don't have the intelligence for it. But it's granted to sorcerers who depart from the academy to embark on journeys, even during the blackest night. Sojourns underground or imprisonments in jail, the stars are never far from the sorcerer's side.
You've taken an apprenticeship with Selen. Well, that is something. Selen was well known. The most promising sorceress in the history of the academy. I followed her at school. But there may as well have been an ocean between us. But Selen was expelled from the academy, accused of unthinkable treatment of certain sorcerers, under the name of the Graven Witch. I still don't believe the accusations. The illustrious Selen would never do such things.
And let's get a good look at Raya Lucaria. It's sort of a crappy day to do it. But yeah, you can barely see it at all. But yeah, you can, there's Raya Lucaria off in the distance. And then you can see there's like a plateau with a church on it. And then there's this massive lake deep down in the bottom of the water. So yeah, before we head on down into the lake, let's see what sort of trouble we can get into. Whoa! That guy hits pretty hard. Apparently we can get into a lot of trouble. Maybe. There isn't really much of interest over there, but I don't really want to drop 7,000 runes at this point of the run, so we will go ahead and grab them. What level am I at this point? Yeah, 36. So I'm actually a little ahead level-wise, but still. Revenge time. Oh, that guy. Hits like a truck. Maybe not so much revenge time. No idea why this guy's so good at killing me. He's just some random dude. Wouldn't it be fun if I just didn't double tap, I just walked away? It's not that guy. Alright, onward. That was a long detour for not much of anything, but let us continue. This is our first sight of the Knights of the Cuckoo. Or Cuckoo. I'm gonna say Cuckoo. I like that better for reasons. And you can see that their insignia, even though they've got sort of the same moveset and everything, their insignia is different. They've got this surcoat with 2 birds on it. And they also tend to use throne magic, a throne magic item. We're going to level here, which means we won't be able to afford anything from this merchant, but that's okay. I don't really think we need anything from him. Oh! We're still a little short.
You're new around here. Surprised you found me in my little nook. No matter, no matter. Why don't... Oh, but don't ask.
Yeah, nothing's super helpful. Well, here's the starting gear for the astrologer, actually. The astrologers read fate in the stars and are said to be heirs to the Glintstone sorcerers. But alas, the night sky no longer cradles fate. And here's a kite shield, but you can see the image of a massive bird on it. And here we have the astrologer's staff. Glintstone is embedded in the tip, enabling it to be used as a catalyst for sorceries. Sorceries must be memorized at... Okay, so nothing really interesting lore-wise. Okay, these guys are called spirit collars, and notice that they've got these 4 legs that allows them to just sort of flip out and murder you if they want. This is going to be our first encounter with a faction called the Vulgar Militia, and they use like tricks and traps as opposed to like raw strength to try to get you. But they can do some serious damage if you're not careful. Onward. Are there more? There are for sure more. Oh shoot! Anyway, all of this has been... Oh, we're going the wrong way. Got turned around a little there. All of this has been in service to finding this this encampment up here. Oh shoot, there's more! Here you can see sisters, you can see women carrying these burning branches. So remember, the fingers told us if we walk the true path or whatever, that we would be in opposition to all others, and one of those others were the fire monks. So here we have a an encampment of those fire monks. The fire monks, we're going to learn, live in the mountaintops of the giants. They very rarely come down, or they're not supposed to come down into the world. So, it's a fair question to ask. Why are they here? And actually, not only are we going to get an answer to that, we're going to get an answer to that today. Note these weird staves that look thorny that come up around, that are always found around the fire monk encampments. And for our trouble, a prayer book. But what we're going to learn is that the fire monks are down off their fire mountain because they are seeking a refugee or an escapee. And they did manage to catch him, and he's imprisoned here in this Everjail. Remember, the Everjails are a place you can put souls. Because death isn't possible in this world, it's a place you can put criminals who are so bad that you never want to see them again. And here we have Adan, Thief of Fire. That's gonna kill me. That's gonna just out and out murder me. Yep. Okay, let's try that again, but, you know, better. Man, it sure doesn't, They weren't kidding when they said brief for that black flame. Also, maybe don't stand in the fire. Heh. That was sort of fun. Dude. I don't understand why he stopped doing the fire spells that work so... Okay. I was about to say, is he out of mana or something? Okay, let's look at what we just got. This legendary incantation is one of several that draws directly from the power of the fire giants. Excuse me. Releasing a ball of raging fire said to be inhabited by a fell god. The fireball floats towards the enemies and explodes, setting the area ablaze. Arganthe, the chief guardian of the flame, had kept this incantation a well-kept secret until it was stolen by Adan. This god still lurks within the fire giants. Now that's a sort of ominous thing to say because the fire giants are supposed to be extinct. I'm gonna sneeze real loud, so I'm gonna turn my mic off. So it seems very likely that what happened was that the the fire monks came down off the mountain searching for Adan and ultimately found him. Soon we're going to see a giant lobster. It is an emergency and you should panic. Oh, we didn't manage to trigger him apparently. Note yet another reference to Stillwater. And here it's especially like sort of transparent what they're talking about. I'm definitely going to die a couple times here, so let me go ahead and use... How many souls would I need to level up? Okay, 2,000 more. So... Or runes. I've got to start calling them runes. How many runes would I need to level up? And finally, we can have a ranged spell. But we still can't use my preferred seal. We don't have enough faith for that yet. Here we have another poison swamp, of course. Why wouldn't there be another poison? Shoot! Okay, getting poisoned, not that big a deal. We saw that coming. Falling down here, though, not ideal. Let's try this. Yeah, I thought that might be especially effective against this dude. That's fine. While we're down here, we'll go ahead and check out all the stuff that's down here. Though I don't remember there being anything super duper interesting. But I could always be wrong. I'm wrong a lot. There definitely can't be anything this interesting. This is awful. God. This is one of the major downsides to running when you start out with I started out with a what? Why would you ever willingly come down here? Though why would you worship poison? So well, might be a good idea for us to put set a couple of flasks to if we're going to start trying to use magic occasionally, we might want to put a couple flasks on magic powder. Okay, you too. There's also different types of poison. I think I have one of the worst. Like, I don't think I have the lowest level poison here. There's like a poison, and then there's like a stronger poison. And then there's rot. And you can absolutely get all three. That's enough of that, dude. Yeah, it's not ideal in here. It's not the most fun place. This is not my favorite dungeon. But I do think we're likely going to equip those robes because I think they'll be better than the clothes we're wearing, while still not being too heavy. Burgundy pointed hood, attire of the sages, wise sages who were deemed heretical. Evidence that the wearer was driven from town. And actually, it's worse in every way. Well, than my hat. But that's fine. Okay, that seems appropriate also with the direction this character's going in. I suspect Miyazaki sees nothing wrong with the poison worshipping cult. He's over here like, why wouldn't you worship poison? It's so dark without. Shoot! Okay, good. Don't you dare freeze on me again. Okay, for this guy, it's just gonna have to be dark. This guy. For this dude, it's just gonna have to be dark. Oh, it's not. Okay, good. You know what I didn't bother to do? Equip my magic flasks. Whoop! Well, I've got the Scarlet Rod now, so it doesn't matter. Even if I win this fight, I'm gonna die. The best I can hope for is to die with a little dignity. Or, you know, get warped back to the beginning and then rest at the Grace. Okay, this winged sword insignia is actually one of the better talismans for like offense. A talisman depicting a raised prosthetic blade, an honor bestowed upon the knights who fought alongside Melania the Severed. Raises attack power with successive attacks. The wings symbolize Melania and her undefeated prowess. Though she never knew relief from the accursed rot she was born into, her blade was forever beautiful and relentless. So yeah. That was one of her knights that apparently was injured or something on the way back and has been on the way back from Caelid after Melania and Radon fought to a standstill in Caelid. They did a long march back. Well, a few of the knights did a long march back. And I'm assuming that's supposed to be one of them. Let's see, there's one more. There's like a catacomb around here we could do. That's probably worth doing, but I don't remember exactly where it is, unfortunately. Maybe down there. I suspect down there. Here we have another sword monument. Let's check it out. This marks Melania's southward march. The blade of Mikola and her Cleanrot knights grant her wings never to be clipped. So yeah, the story is she marched south. She defeated Godric. He agreed to a truce rather than die. Then she continued on to Caelid, where she and Radahn fought. That is Melania, the Blade of Mikola. And one of the most fearsome warriors ever to live. Shoot. More of these jerks. I can never find the entrance to this stupid place. Like, I know it's down here, but I don't know exactly where down here. Have I not bought the lantern yet? That's why I'm having so much trouble. I haven't bought the stupid lantern. How many souls do I have? Okay, or runes do I have? Okay, as soon as we go to the Grace, we're going to go back and we're going to buy the lantern. I'll need to be trying to use a torch to move through. To move through this part of the world.
Not everyone can tell how good...
I try to buy the crafts books whenever I can afford them, just because I like collecting stuff. beginning to suspect this is not the... Oh yeah, it is. Okay. I was going to say I'm beginning to suspect this isn't the place that I think it is, but it is. It's just takes a minute to get there. Hey, I'm doing exactly 666 damage with my crits. That's fun. Yep, so here we have the Omen. This is one of the first places we see them in sort of numbers. They're, you know, fierce opponents, but also they tend to be in underground places or hidden. You know, shunned by society type stuff. You can also see they have wounds all over their bodies. No thank you. No thank you. And they're so starved for attention that they'll give you a hug even if you don't agree to it. God, this is going to be a long fight unless I can improve very quickly. This is going to be a long dungeon. Finally. Ooh, that's a rarish drop. Let me see what that one says. Warped axe. Oversized, double-headed axe with a bizarre, almost melted appearance. Brute strength is the only thing required to wield this weapon, which appears to have been taking quite a beating itself. Oh, and here we have a really cool one, the Nox Mirror Helm. Let's take a look. Helm fashioned from crystal-looking glass, one among the Eternal City's ritual implements, easily broken and weak against striking attacks. Worn by those who are committed to high treason, it wards off the intervention of the Greater Will and its vassal fingers. So, if you wanted to do treason against the god of this world, that is what you would wear. Let's take a look at the scythe. A large scythe featuring a long slender blade. Designed to reap, this weapon is capable of rapidly inflicting blood loss while also slipping through an enemy's guard. Alright. Are we sure none of these are false walls? These look like they should be false walls. Well, it doesn't make any sense for any on that side to be false walls. Because, yeah. Let's try over here. No, wait, that's where we came from. Okay. We are going to need to go back to the beginning of this dungeon and try a little harder. Unfortunately. Because we have no healing left whatsoever. God, it's so far too. And we were supposed to be finishing up here in a few minutes. But that's fine. We will do one slightly long episode. It's not the end of the world. And we don't need to go back the way that we came, because we already got, I think, all the items that way. getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. Bad guys. Bad guys. Man, I just have no stopping power at all with this sword anymore, do I? Okay. We'll just burn him to death. That does not last long. Sometimes there's an easy way to do things. Kidding right now. Shit. Okay, and we got the page ashes, so let's check that one out. Ashen remains, spirit of a page who traveled at the side of the noble he served, using a piercing sword and crossbow to defend his master. becomes a page merely by accident of being born into obscurity. Nothing is asked of ability, talent, or volition. Okay. Whoa! Alright, I gotta wrap this up pretty quick here, because my wife is about to start bedtime. Let me make sure there isn't anything else of interest. I swear I thought there was a hidden wall here somewhere, but maybe I'm thinking of a different dungeon. I tell you what, before next session I will look it up, and if there is a hidden wall, we'll come back. For now, though, let's rest and kill the boss. I do not remember what the boss of this dungeon is, actually. Or what the name of this dungeon is, now that I think about it. Cliffbottom Catacombs. Okay, so not super descriptive, that's why. Okay, I'm gonna pop a rune and go ahead and level one more time. Oh, it's one of these two, so that's why I don't remember. This looks like the magic window, and those can be sort of tricky if you're not careful. The main thing is getting the timing right to because that thing has an AoE to it. You gotta get the timing right on the dodge. It's not enough to just like get out of the way. You also have to I don't know why the sound, the music keeps cutting in and out tonight. I think I'm having some technical difficulties of one type or another. Should do it. That's the first boss we've cheesed with magic. This moment. let's go ahead and look at what we got, and then we will end the episode. And next time I'll actually have a plan for what we're going to do. Okay, spirits of a mercenary belonging to a horse riding folk. Skillfully uses a massive blade for dismounting other riders and enhances his already considerable strength with war cries. The sellswords of Caden made their prowess known on countless battlefields. So we remember those guys. They were working as sellswords for Godfrey. Now we have one we can summon if we ever get super frustrated at a fight. Alright, see you next time. I suspect we're going to be doing just meeting a bunch of NPCs work next time. But we'll see how it goes.